So after over 5 years of testing small electric vehicles like electric scooters, skateboards, one wheels, and most importantly, electric unicycles, I feel like this dream of this portable small electric mobility is slowly fading away for me. And I feel like I'm at a crossroads. And just to prove my point here, I came here with my very own bicycle. It doesn't have a battery, and I will walk with you now. Probably I've never done here on video, so let me tell you more about it. Wrong way. So nice to get on something and not needing to check the battery level. Don't need to turn it on. Just me, my muscles, and I, and a bike. And we have a slight change of location because I just recorded everything, but turns out my receiver from my microphone was dead and didn't record any sound. So I need to say everything one more time, but maybe it will be better therefore because I'm already warmed up and I know what to talk about because this is a unscripted video. I guess it's the first time you see me here on the channel using my legs this way. Anyway, I have been using those and basically all my body a lot more recently, and I think it's also something that was possible due to me not hyper fixating on the EUC so much, because you have to know that if I start doing something, I do it a lot. I guess that's also a downside of me, but that's how I am, and that's how I find happiness in doing things. In any case, basically since December, I started just basically using unicycles to make those videos for you guys, make the reviews. I guess this will be soon to change, and I'll tell you a bit more about that a bit later in the video. But in that time, I discovered ice bathing, I went to a climbing gym, had tons of fun there, I went hiking into the mountains, I doubled down on my kettlebell trainings, and I've been also using the bike a lot. And honestly guys, I have never been feeling better. Like, I'm 29 and this is, I would say, the peak of my healthy lifestyle, healthy form that has ever been in my life, and I'm super happy about that. And I definitely think that it's also due to me using EUCs less and small micromobility less in general. But you know, for the past years I've been honestly just using electric unicycles, so just electric unicycles. So let me tell you a bit more about the dreams that are fading away in terms of small electric mobility. And I still have my helmet on. Very safe walking person. So I think that the first dream that faded away for me is how practical those things are in a city. And what I've discovered is that even though electric unicycles are small, or electric scooters are small, they're very heavy, and they are a lot heavier than my bicycle. So taking it around some stairs or just leaving it in front of a house, I feel a lot more comfortable doing this with my bike rather than with an electric unicycle. And it could be the smallest one, the Kingsong 14D, for example. Maybe it's a bit easier to just take it upstairs, but at the same time it doesn't have as much range as a bicycle, or you need to charge it. So this part of practicality started fading away for me. And the second part is the integration into public transport. Now, years ago we didn't know so much about small electric mobility. We've been using it in trains and buses, etc. But now more and more buses and train networks are just outright banning them. While with a bicycle that doesn't have a battery, you can still very much use both a bus and a train and a subway, etc. And as much as here in Poland it's still legal to take them into a train or a bus, I kind of understand the concern. And those are big lithium-ion battery packs that we have in those vehicles. And while of course we still carry batteries in our phones with us, in laptops, in portable power banks, they're still not as big as what we have in electric unicycles. So that's why I also really started limiting taking my electric unicycle into public transport, because as much as 99.9999% it's fine and nothing happens, and we have great batteries now with smart BMSs and good quality cells, I just don't want to be the one causing even just concern or some sort of slight inconvenience to others or scaredness. I really prefer just to use my car, then pack the UC into the car and then go somewhere, or just use my bike and take the train. Yeah, with that taken away, especially in the city, of not using my UC in a bus, in a train, in a tram, a lot of the convenience just fades away, and the dream of using this small portable device with public transport fades away as well. Now I hope that this will be fixed with better batteries, safer batteries, and LFP cells or solid state, I don't know. The next dream that slowly faded away for me is the reliability and usability of those vehicles. Scooters, electric unicycles, all of the things that with batteries that come from China. And the main thing about it is that they're just not as durable as, bikes. And if they are quite durable, it's much more difficult to work on them. So while on my bike, I can change a tire in like 20 minutes tops, and all of the parts are readily available. I can choose from a multitude of products. When it comes to changing a tire on an EUC, not so much the story. And while manufacturers have been getting better and making the process more easy, and veteran wheels have been quite durable, I'm not gonna lie, working on them is not always the case. With screw threads getting broken, no Loctite applied on some parts, depending on what wheel do you buy, or even what model or unit you buy. Parts just not being readily available, but this also depends where you buy it. If you buy it from a reputable distributor like my eWheel, you might have a lot easier of a warranty repair or just a service repair. But then, shipping parts, finding the right service station, it's just a lot more headache than if you just buy a bicycle or if you just use public transport. So initially, when I could really recommend some cheaper EUCs like the V10, for getting into the EUC frenzy, I can't anymore really. Like I can just say that yes, it's kind of cool, but you might have a problem with the axle. And let me tell you, if you look at my €150 used BMX, the quality of things there is like skyrocketingly, that's not a word, but skyrocketingly better than on any of the most expensive EUCs out there. So in terms of quality, repairability, and longevity, I feel like you're just a lot better off on a European brand name bicycle or American or whatever, rather than even a super expensive electric unicycle. So the dream of just having a wheel, no brake pads, and just a very simple structure to have something reliable and something you don't need to worry about is slowly fading away. Another thing that I started disliking about particularly riding EUCs is software and the integration of software and hardware electronics. There's just a lot of stuff there. It's complicated and things might go wrong. And especially when looking at, extreme sports and the stuff that I like to do on electric unicycles, I have been very lucky for now. And I don't want to push my luck too far and not be lucky at some point. Because if I get hit by a 40-kilogram behemoth, things can hurt. And, getting hit by a bike that is much, much lighter and much more, I would say, predictable in its behavior is something that I would prefer. So, going around on pump tracks, I need to adjust the angle, the cutoff angle. Then the wheels can just spin out and hurt you. Happened to me a couple times. You also need to check the battery level, and according to that, your range and how much power you have available, or if you can't brake too hard if you have a full battery. So there's just a lot of stuff to think about, and honestly at this point I'm just I just want to ride. And that's where my bike kicks in. I just take it and I go. No need to check the battery level, no need to check anything, maybe tire pressure. That's it. Very simple. Same thing applies to my BMX. I absolutely love riding my BMX in the bike park. And this has been a level of fun that I didn't have for a while. And yeah, I've been really enjoying it, the analog experience. So how well you can integrate software, balancing, hardware, and all of that into a full experience with your body. Yeah, it's just something that I think I've just pushed to the limits at this point, and I feel like anything I do now that is more dangerous, I can really get hurt. And this will not be only due to me, but partially due to the machine. And that's a limitation that I kind of don't like. The next dream that is fading away for me is how affordable, or how much do you get for your money when buying such a electric unicycle or electric scooter, because I paid around 900 euro for my Marin bike, Marin DSX 2 I think, and this is a very good bike. Like, it's very nice, like the color is nice, the machining is nice, the quality is nice. I have 5 years of warranty on it, or 2 years on the everything. I think 5 years is on the frame. But even with that said, like, I look at this thing and it's like, damn, that's nice. And same thing applies to my BMX. I bought it for, again, 150 euro, and I have so much fun on it. And I just feel like you can get a lot more for your money if you just buy a bike, really. Because the market has been just out there for such a long time, and if you buy electric unicycle for 2, 3, 4,000 euro, like, your experience may vary, and that's the thing that frustrates me the most. I really want to recommend something that will better your life, and I feel like sometimes EUC is just not it, or maybe even more times than not. And that's why I say at the end of the video, well, experience may vary, but what I really want to do is you will feel amazing after that. Like, I can, for example, recommend kettlebells or a bike. And that is especially underlined with the fact that EUCs have become so freaking expensive. They're so expensive, but they are yet very cheap to make. And at this point, I'm very aware of the law of diminishing returns. I feel like I can try and make it work, but sometimes it's just not worth it anymore. Now, I know that electric bikes, like high-end electric bikes, are also very expensive, but damn, what you get at that price is like, wow. The quality of things, the experience, like, I really want to test one of those, so maybe that will be up on the channel soon. When I take a bike into the city, I can also just leave it anywhere. Now, I know it can also get stolen, but I'm way more scared with leaving a EUC somewhere, or I'm not so comfortable with taking it inside anymore, so I do still prefer using the bike for most errands, because I can just leave it somewhere. There can be also a garage, I can have a better lock, an air tag, and so on. So yeah, this has been also really cool for me. And with the lighter weight of the bike, much easier to carry it up and down stairs when it's needed. Oftentimes it's not, than a electric unicycle, especially a heavy one, which most of them basically are, that have some range. I also feel like once I started using my legs for walking more, once I started using the bike more, and even other conventional ways of transport, like, public transport, sometimes even a car, I feel like socially it's a lot better. Like, socially, when you ride EUCs, you have your EUC friends, and then, meet up and do your things, which is also awesome. But just for, regular people meeting up in places, going to, a climbing gym, going to a museum, walking around town, this is just something that a lot more people can do. A lot of people can't really ride EUC, so once you become really addicted, you only want to go with EUC everywhere. So I think this was really a relief for me to just walk more and use my bike more. And as much as initially it was like super cool to have a conversation starter, I much prefer to, talk with people about also other things, and taking a walk with them without pushing my EUC around. Just leaving my bike somewhere, or just meeting somewhere in the city. Damn, it almost sounds like I'm going through rehab or something. But I think that the thing that changed the most during that time, and sorry if it's a bit loud, we have a bridge there, is the amount of physical activity I do. And honestly, probably you've heard people telling you throughout the years, oh, on EUCs, you don't have any exercise, or electric scooters. And let me tell you, yeah, it's totally different. If I ride my bike around the city, I can get a sweat on. I really need to breathe hard, and I love it. The amount of physical activity I do now has skyrocketed since I have stopped really using my UC for most of the things I do. And it has been a blessing. I have never felt better in my life. I love just walking around the city, super healthy. I love using my bike to get around town, and this brings a bit of exercise as well. And I feel like I needed to get back to that, because the EUC, like, you have just a very limited amount of movement, and maybe you can get a sweat on once you go to a bike park and you jump a bit, but the amount of movement, like how far your legs go, is totally different to hiking or using your bike. And yeah, I have never felt better in my life, and I feel like this physical activity is the biggest driving point of it all. I just love to get a sweat on. I love to be destroyed by my body, and yeah, that's something that I definitely didn't get enough of on the EUC. So now when I use my BMX on a pump track, I'm dead after 3 loops, and it's so awesome. I go around the city on my bike, and it's also awesome to do something. Like, I need so much less layers in the winter to go somewhere, just because I do something while getting there. And this has been awesome too. I also don't need to wear so many protectors. I don't wear knee protectors, although, they can be helpful even riding on a bike. But I'm just not afraid of the machine just, randomly turning off anymore, which has been a relief as well. So yeah, that has been a lot of yapping, but let's get to the point now. Because I feel like really I'm at a crossroads. Because I guess the biggest idea of this channel was to inspire people into learning new stuff and enjoying an alternative mode of transportation, and enjoying it the correct way, even though the name of the channel is very different. And I also just personally wanted to ride the things that I test, sometimes in just a egoistic way, just to, I started the channel, I wanted to really just test scooters. I didn't really want to make videos. The video was a byproduct of that. And at this point I'm like, just don't really want to ride anymore. I don't want to ride electric scooters, although maybe I'll test one just to see how it is after a while. I don't really want to ride electric unicycles, although I need to finish some things and I'm good at it, so I'll keep doing that at least for the next 2 months. We'll see how far we'll go. But yeah, I'm at a crossroads, because really the thing I like to do the most is to inspire people, make people happy, make people laugh, be honest, and yeah, just inspire a good lifestyle. And I feel like with EUCs, this is coming to an end. As much as it is crazy for me to say, and I never thought I would say this, especially in a video, I feel like we're at the end of a chapter. So what will be the next thing to do? And as much as it is very nostalgic, and almost have a tear in my eye saying that, I feel like this will be the conclusion of the Wrong Way project. Honestly, I also got a little bit tired of being wrong, wrong way. Though it is funny, I kind of want to affirm myself into something, like a more positive word. And I think I will make videos still. I feel like I'm good at it and I like it. But I feel like it will be very different videos soon. And I feel like I don't want to make it on this channel anymore. I mean, we are almost at 69,000 subscribers, so I think it's a perfect way to conclude it all. I created a new channel. It's called Abundance, because I love puns, and I have an abundance of puns, so it's Abundance. Maybe a little bit of a pun dance too. Many puns in this word. So subscribe to that if you want to see something of me. Maybe it'll be cool, maybe not. Maybe I will open a OnlyFans, who knows? Regardless of all that, I feel like I am at this crossroads, and I wanted to share with you guys what's happening, because more often than not, I just do something and I keep doing it, thinking about it, making decisions, and I don't inform people about it. So I know it's a bit late at this point too, because I think I already made up my mind, but I wanted to make this video and let you know what's up with my life, what's up with electric vehicles, and in general what's happening in my life. So Maybe I'll test some e-bikes. I'm kind of interested in testing a stock e-bike and like a proper mountain bike, not a no-name brand, but a proper like Marin or NS bikes or Tosa from Poland. We'll see. I would like to inspire people a bit more into having more physical activity, like, you know, kettlebells. I love those. Riding a bike, training, just really breathing more air outside, learning maybe some self-defense, because I feel like this has helped me so much. And again, I have never felt better in my life. So yeah, go check out the Pundits channel. I don't have anything there. It's just a channel. If you want to watch me for me or see what's popping there. And thank you. Thank you so much for all of the years of support that you have given me. I'm eternally grateful, and I feel like the EUC has really pushed me, and you guys have really pushed me into a realm that I would never thought I would conquer, and I enjoyed the ride along the way so much, and I'm super grateful for it. So yeah, if you're still here, leave a like on the video, subscribe to see more content like this. See you in the next video. See you soon.